Congratulations, you've received admission to a US university. But what comes next in your journey to studying in the United States? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Olamide Mercy. To my returning subscribers, thank you guys for always coming back. And if you're new here, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and turn on notifications so you'll be notified when I drop a new video. I welcome you all to a new series titled The Journey Beyond Admission, a complete guide from I-20 to visa to arrival in the United States. Today we are kicking off this series and I am going to guide you through the process of getting your I-20 form, which is the next thing to do after receiving an admission to study in the United States. So what is this I-20 form? An I-20 is an important document that is for international students that is coming to study in the United States. This is also necessary in securing an F1 visa and also important, it will be needed at the port of entry into the United States. This process involves certain steps. And step one is understanding the I-20 requirement. Let's talk about what is required for you to obtain your I-20. You must demonstrate financial capability of at least one academic year expenses. This includes tuition, living expenses, and other fees that is collectively referred to as cost of attendance. The cost of attendance is the total amount of money estimated by the university to cover tuition, housing, food, books, supplies, transportation, and other personal expenses for one academic year. Step 2 is gathering these required documents and handling funding. Now let's talk about the documents that you will need to gather. First thing is passport copy. You will need a copy of your passport, specifically the photo or the biographical page. This is going to serve as a means of identification for your application. Number 2 is financial documentation. You also need to gather financial documentation demonstrating your ability or that of your sponsor to financially sponsor your academic pursuits in the United States. This might include scholarship or assistantship letter, loan, bank loans, or bank statements, or if probably you are being sponsored by a company or a business or government, you will need a financial guarantee letter. So I want to give an instance. Let's say you have funding that is equal to a cost of attendance. All you need to do is just to send your offer letter to your designated school officer, and this is just going to prove that you have enough money to cover your expenses and you're good to go. However, if your funding is not enough, let's say you have partial funding or no funding at all, you will need to explore funding options such as scholarships, grants, or part-time employment. You need to be very proactive in seeking financial assistance, and you should also talk to your financial aid office for funding opportunities or for assistance. It is very important to ensure that you have enough financial support to cover your expenses while studying in the United States. Having done that, and there is still no full funding or you don't even have funding at all, you would need to provide a financial statement to cover your deficits. When I mean deficits, for instance, let's say you have a partial funding of $20,000 and your cost of attendance is $30,000. I'm just giving an example. $30,000, the cost of attendance minus the partial funding is going to be like $10,000, and that is your deficit. So you need to provide a financial documentation of at least $10,000. Number 3 is the financial statement sponsor form. If the financial documentation is not in your name, you will need to provide a financial sponsorship statement form that is being filled and it is signed by the sponsor. This is just confirming their financial support for your studies. Number 4 is dependent information. This applies to people that are bringing in their dependents. If you plan to bring your dependents, maybe your spouse or your children, they will also need to apply it for the I-20 form. And all you will need is a copy of their passports and proof of family ties. This could include their birth certificate or marriage certificate. And that is it. Then we have what we called service record transfer form. If you're currently in the university, if you're currently in the United States on an F1 visa and you're transferring your service record to a new school, you will need to fill this service record transfer form. This is just to ensure that your immigration records are properly transferred to your new school. That is only applicable to people that are already in the United States and want to get a new I-20. Then lastly, tuition deposit. This is not applicable to all schools. Some schools require that if your funding is not coming from the school, probably you have partial funding or you don't have funding at all, they will require you'll be required to deposit a certain amount of money before the I-20 is being issued to you. Like I said, it is not applicable to all schools, and that is why the next step, which is checking school specific requirements, you want to check with your school, the international program office and student services in your school. You want to check their specific requirements, their instructions, or any additional information that is necessary for obtaining your I-20 form. And that is it. Congratulations once again. Now you've learned how to obtain your I-20 form after receiving admission to a US university. You would want to start gathering your document as soon as possible. Get your I-20 form, and please do not forget to reach out to your individual school for funding options that are available for your to cover your expenses if you don't have enough funding. If you have any questions, please drop it in the comment section. I'll do my best to answer your questions. Stay tuned for more updates as we continue in this series of joining after admission. We're going to be talking about a lot of stuff, navigating this international student experience together. If you're yet to subscribe, please subscribe and turn on your notifications so you'll be notified when I drop a new video. Share this video with anybody you know that is in this process, even if you don't need this information. Thank you.